Today we are launching the Inside Out podcast, and it's our SIME podcast of the Center for Scholarship and Innovation in Management Education. My name is Radka Newton, I'm the director of the center, and I'm very pleased to be here today with our hosts of the podcast, with Anne and Vlada.
Yes, hi.
Hi. The idea of a podcast came about just from our learning set that was discussing the value of SIME, of our center, and the value for the members, and how they all engage with that sort of teaching and learning idea. And we thought, how could we promote the value of being a member of the Scholarship Center, and how can we bring it alive? And we thought, oh, what a good idea to do a podcast series. So here we go. I mean, our center informally started in about 3 years ago, when we started gathering only 12 of us initially, in an informal discussion about how to help colleagues feel more engaged with the teaching and learning, how to innovate for our students, and how to also promote their expertise in teaching and learning. We officially became a research center in 2023, and here we are, 2025, and we have 70 members. The members come from across the university, and we focus on debates and projects related to innovation in teaching and learning. The podcast contains 10 episodes, so you have a lot to look forward to. And it's been fantastic to have our marketing students leading the debates with our educators. So you have now done so many interviews, and you have been working with so many of our SIME members and educators.
Yes.
What stuff did you think, first of all? When did you come across SIME as a center? What was the first encounter, and what did you think this thing is about?
So basically, when we first got the offer to work with SIME, we did not about this center anything, because we haven't heard about this. So at first I thought it would be just like academic or scientific club, but for educators, when they just come together, share their ideas, explore new things, reflecting on their practice. But I actually thought that the focus would be mainly on their academic practice, about conducting the researches, publishing of their articles and stuff like this. So it was really surprising for me that how much it is focused on the value and the power of improving the student experience in generally.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Because for me, I think the word that stood out the most was innovation. So I was thinking that, maybe they're inventing some new things.
Like spaceships or what?
I mean, not necessarily. We're in management education.
Okay.
But maybe inventing new research modules, or even new modules, new syllabus for students. And I think we were also thinking that because it's centered around innovation, so we would meet a lot of interesting people who would like to think out of the box, and who would like to do things differently. And I think we did. So
we definitely did.
Yeah, so that has been amazing for us. Yeah.
Fabulous. So, you've met 9-10 members of the SIME community. So I just wonder, is there anything that really stuck with you? Is there any story from their narrations and their time with you that really stuck with you, that you really remember?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think what stuck with me the most was how incredibly nice and supportive all our guests were. We're first-time podcast hosts, so we're quite nervous most of the time. And I know that it's our job to make the guests feel at ease, but I think in this case, the SIME members actually make us feel so welcome, so comfortable with them. They make the conversation flow so naturally. So that has been amazing for us. And I think that also reflects the kind of community that SIME fosters as well. It's not just people with a lot of talent and dedication. It's also very inclusive. It's very supportive, and I think it's just the perfect environment for innovations to thrive. And
Yeah, it's actually incredible. Even though we were not members of SIME community, but just talking to these people, we got the mindset, we got the sense of culture within the center, which is like amazing.
yeah, and more to that, I think that literally everyone was talking about how excited they were about the opportunity to connect and collaborate with people from different subject areas within the university. And about a story, I remember Lee Francis from marketing. He was talking about learning that Harry Rose from economic was doing magic tricks in his teaching, and he found that really fascinating. So they started to explore new ways of teaching and engaging with students together. So that just sounds amazing to me, and just a great example of how SIME brings members from different disciplines together and gave them like a very safe space to experiment and innovate teaching together. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably when I heard about this magic things. Actually, for the first time in my life, I was like, I'm so depressed that I'm not economics student.
That's so
that I can't experience this. So
yes.
Yeah, economics could be fun.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Turns out that yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, it's really nice that you've experienced this sort of warmth of the community from the discussions.
Yeah.
So it's a really good feeling of togetherness, of some passion that we all have for the teaching and learning, and that we really care, as a SIME community. It's really important that when you come to us in the classroom or outside the classroom as well, that you have some good experience, that you learn something, but at the same time, you also see that we are pushing ourselves to some new limits.
Yes.
So I do need to maybe catch up with Harry and learn a few more magic tricks. So for the audience, watch out, Harry and Lee. Their episodes are coming as well.
Yeah, we were looking forward to it. Yeah.
So you've already touched on that sort of value for the educators of being members of the SIME community. And is there anything else that you sort of remember from the discussions about what do the members really value? What is in it for them? Like, why are they hanging out together? Why do they keep engaging with the activities that we have?
So basically, what was surprising actually to me, that we almost constantly keep forgetting about the fact that academic staff is actually humans in the first place, with their own feelings, with their own negative feelings as well, uncertainties, challenges they may face. So a lot of our guest speakers actually mentioned about this, that sometimes they feel like they are working in a bubble, in isolation. And actually being the part of this community actually gives them this sense of community, and the way they help each other to grow, it's amazing.
Yeah, I actually remember that as well. I think that we never really considered that academics maybe working on their own most of the time, not knowing what they're doing or what they want to do, are on the right track or not. So I think that's where communities like SIME came in and just gave them a really encouraging environment to share ideas, to get inspired by others. And I think a lot of people also mentioned that they can get constructive feedbacks before launching a new paper, a new event or initiative. So it makes us realize how important these education communities are. It's not just for innovation or like learning new things. It's also for your personal and professional growth too.
Yeah, definitely. Something that actually helps them navigate this negative side of their work as well, of their practice. Because we're all humans.
Yeah, that's wonderful. For me, it's that sort of human side of education. It's really important to us, and we always also think about you, students, as human beings, as somebody who have life outside the classroom as well. So it's really nice for me to hear that you also now see us as people who have fears, who have hopes, who also have to tackle a lot of challenges with a lot of new developments, like the AI has really, surprised us, and we try to learn it ourselves, then grapple with it and try to bring it to the classroom in an ethical way, for example. So actually this area was something that we really focused on last year, and we had a fantastic student, Hussein, who worked with us. So again, we reached out to the student community to inform our thoughts, because sometimes that connection is really important.
That's very true.
Because this kind of conversations, open, genuine conversations, this kind of project and collaboration between the academic staff and students actually gives this glimpse into your minds, and we can actually understand each other much more.
Yeah, and I think what we haven't mentioned enough is that people were also talking about there were no gatekeeping at all within the SIME community. Everyone was so open to share, to collaborate with each other, to test out new ideas together. So that just shows how amazing the community and the sharing culture at SIME is.
Oh, it's wonderful. And for me, when we set up the center, it really promotes scholarship of teaching and learning. This is a concept that is quite contested, and even globally there are many definitions, but we always come to an agreement that scholarship of teaching and learning is an insight and evidence-based collection of understanding of how teaching and learning happens in a specific context. So for us, it's that management education, but also that it's co-created with the students and it's publicly promoted then. So, for us, many of us would be doing our own thing, try to innovate on our own. But I think the community really has given a lot of us some sort of a platform to also go to conferences together, to publish some articles in our journal that we have also launched in 2023. So it's, that sort of evidence-based inquiry into teaching and learning, improvement of pedagogy, working with students in our context and taking it out to the world has been really enabled. So I'm really pleased that you've seen it through the lens of the SIME members.
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah.
So talking about that sort of connection as well with the students, and some students are sometimes get involved, some don't, and you said you didn't hear about us until now. So it's always on our mind to start thinking about how could students be more connected to SIME, and what kind of value could students see, and how can it be maybe made more explicit? So from your point of view, what do you think we could do better in this area?
Well, I think first of all, this podcast would be a great way of reaching out to students and just giving them a glimpse into what's happening behind the scene, and how much work and how much effort, how much thought everyone's putting into making their education better every day. So this has been a great experience for us to be working on this project. And I think that that students could bring a lot of fresh energy and perspectives into something like SIME, because we're the ones that are experiencing this education firsthand. So our feedbacks and ideas could really help shape what works. So I think it would be great if students could be more involved. Like, we could be invited to help design or test out new approaches. We could be giving input into the new syllabus or any curriculum changes. I know that some students may say that they do not like to do like the end of course survey, but like personally, I'm very passionate about these end of course survey. I always fill them out very carefully because I care a lot about this. So I think
prove it.
Yes. So yes, I think that actually a lot of students would be like me who would like to be involved more, and I think we could lead small initiative with the help from SIME members, or we could just join in the conversations, just joined in to collaborate in any way we could. So all this work could be grounded in more real life experiences, and I think that it would make us feel more like active contributors, not just the passive recipient of our education.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Just creation of the space when we can collaborate together.
Yeah.
The academic staff and the students, it would be wonderful because students are good in sort of like giving the feedback, actually just to evaluate what is working and what actually needs some sort of adjustments. So yeah, and I think that a lot of students would be like so happy to do this and to collaborate.
Yeah, that's fantastic insights. Thank you so much for that. And we had a really nice project where we involved over 200 students actually in really looking into student engagement. And that was a project led by Neil Ralph, one of our members, and Harry was involved as well. So that was one of the pilots where students were informing us about why they come to lectures or why they don't come and what's sort of stopping them, just to really suppress our assumptions, because sometimes we just make assumptions. We think we know everything about your life, but obviously we don't. So that was one example, and we've had, as I said, some students involved in our AI project, but I think we could maybe make it a little bit better and more explicit, and start some sort of better awareness from the new year, from the new academic year, to get students involved in SIME. So thank you for all these insights. So that's really useful.
Definitely. And I think for us, it's great to hear that our teachers, the educators at SIME, are trying so hard, putting in a lot of effort to... and they're not just like sticking to the traditional things, because like it's so easy for you to like stay in your comfort zone. I think so. It's really encouraging to hear that you are trying really hard to make the whole learning experience a lot better for us and make the academic community a lot more welcoming to us as well.
Yeah, that's definitely one of our aims, and I think, we should revisit our aims and objectives. How beautifully put, and thank you so much for that. So you've seen all these sort of benefits from talking to the community, and I think, as you said, this podcast series will hopefully encourage both students and more staff members to join us, and we are open to everybody. I hope you've also observed how inclusive we are, because you've met colleagues who are researchers, more traditional researchers, colleagues who work in the library, or colleagues who work on quality assurance. So we are not simply just for those who are on the teaching track or teaching contracts. So have you observed that sort of inclusion, or how have you sort of thought about what kind of members you've spoken to? I guess the diversity and an inclusive approach of SIME hopefully have been visible.
Yeah, I think because we are international students, and like we have very interesting background as well. She's from Ukraine, I'm from Vietnam, so we do notice the diversity of the staff members at SIME, and everyone bring unique perspectives as well. So that's been really amazing. So I think and the fact that we talk about this, the fact that people, I think each of our interviewees come from different departments as well, and I think that bring a lot to the table, bring a lot to the discussion. And they kind of focus on different roles and different things as well. Some are teaching fellows who do a lot of eye tracking, focus a lot on technology. And I think others do social media in teaching. And Andy, for example, our editor, focus on technology in the classroom, in the library work. So I think it's just been a wonderful journey for us to like listen to all these diverse stories, and we learned a lot from them actually. Yeah.
And it's actually was so exciting to see, like, because we asked them what was the result of this cross departmental collaborations, and they actually mentioned that it gave them so much synergy that actually resulted in some sort of interesting initiatives that actually enhanced student experience. So yeah, diversity actually gave a lot of fruits. And we can see this, we can feel it as students in our university as well.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, there is a lot for the listeners to be looking forward to. So I think finally, what would you say about this series for the students? What message would be to the students? Why should students listen to our Inside Out podcast series that is coming live?
Because it will be eye-opening for you, definitely, as it was for us. Because we had some sort of assumptions, and they were completely challenged from everything we've heard. As we've already mentioned, it gave us the glimpse into the minds of our academic staff, of our educators, the people who teach us. And it was really interesting and insightful to see the academic world from their perspective as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that sometimes students, like I think Vlada has mentioned that sometimes students can feel a bit of a distance towards the teaching staff, but I think SIME is not just some behind the scenes staff thing. I think what's happening here is actually changing our education for the better. So I think I would say to the students who are listening to this podcast, just know that there are people who care a lot, who are very passionate, who are working really, really hard to make sure that your education is getting better, is evolving alongside you as well. And I think that's something really, really heartwarming for us to know. And about the podcast, I agree with what Vlad has mentioned before. It gave a really interesting glimpse into the minds of educators who care a lot about what they do. It's inspiring, it's honest, and there are just a lot of creative ideas and interesting stories in there. So it doesn't matter if you're a student or a staff member. I think there will be something in these conversations that will change the way you think about education, how it can evolve. And who knows, maybe it will spark some new ideas or collaborations.
Yes.
So yeah, please stay tuned for us. Yes.
Yes, and you've made a wonderful point actually, because we realize that a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. We just cannot see it. And sometimes we cannot see how these ideas of new important initiatives were born. We can't see how much effort was put into planning and launching this initiatives, which is like humongous piece of work. It's so tough, it's so difficult. We can see only the result.
Yeah.
And we just accepted it. We accept it as okay. It's something that we should have, but it's a huge piece of work. And yeah, it's important to think and to think about this.
Yeah.
To think about how much effort and how much work is actually behind the things that we have in our everyday student life.
And well, I think as a final point, we asked this question to all our guests. Actually, we asked them, what would you say to someone who's thinking about joining SIME? And I think all of them actually have the same answer, which is just go for it. Just go to any SIME event that's coming up and go for it and see for yourself. And I think people also even say that you can just connect with them directly, and they're more than happy to answer any questions, just chat with you about SIME. So from what we've seen, they're all amazing, very talented, very dedicated, and very supportive people. So it's just the kind of space that you can bring your ideas and actually experiment with new approaches while getting backed up by others. So it's just an amazing opportunity. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, just come
Yeah.
and join us. Yeah. So that's really wonderful. And now, it's great that people feel that they can just come, just join in, just dip in. And we do a lot of events in person where we try to be together. We have some fantastic bakers in the community as well. So they have some really nice.
We've heard about this as
We've
well.
heard a lot. Actually, a lot of them come for the first time because of the bakeries.
Absolutely. So
It's the best incentive.
Yes.
it's our unique selling point.
Yes.
But also we try to enable a lot of events online when we also invite colleagues from wider community in the UK, but also globally. So that's also always a good opportunity to tune in at lunchtime. So, short things in person, online. And we try to go together to conferences just to support each other, because it can be sometimes daunting as well to present for the first time. So we've also this year seen a real value when we are together, we can help each other. And it's a massive difference when somebody is in the audience, somebody it just gives you that boost. And I think confidence was also one of the themes that I observed in the podcast. So a lot to look forward to. But finally, I'm so grateful that you came on board with this project. And I would really like to thank you, from the community. We've just been really so grateful that 2 students during their dissertation period found that time to come to the studio, and with the guidance of Andy Holgate, that you managed to pull together this fantastic and inspirational series. So what are you taking personally from this experience? Just share with us, because I do hope it's given you some maybe new skills and some sort of new energy as well to join something like this.
So it's basically, it gave me the opportunity to look at the academic world from the new perspective, from the perspective of our educators, to see a new side of academic world as well. So to speak with wonderful people, amazing people, that's actually what made this experience more meaningful for us and more enjoyable. And of course, we've got wonderful experience, hands-on experience in creation of the podcast. It was really fun. It was pretty cool, and something really wonderful skill, transferable skill that we can take away from this. So
I have to say thank you so much for having us. It's actually such an honor to be talking to so many inspiring people and learn their stories. And we actually learn a lot from them as well. And myself, I have dreams to be a teaching fellow in Vietnam someday, like bring back this knowledge I have from my international study experience to my home country. So I think that the experience I got from this series will actually transcend much further into the future as well. And of course, it gave me so much more appreciation for what goes behind the scene in teaching, how much thought everyone put into making the teaching and our learning experiences better. And as you mentioned, it also gave us a chance to build our confidence, build our network, and we just feel more part of the university community as well, because we're postgraduate students, so we're just here for a year. So sometimes we feel like, we just get to know people, but it's already the end of our journey here. So it has just been a wonderful experience. And like Vlada said, honestly, the people we met in this series are like the nicest people I've ever met in my international study experience. So that has just been amazing for us, actually. So thank you for having us as well.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you so much to the audience. This is the launch of the Inside Out podcast of the Center for Scholarship and Innovation in Management Education here in the Management School. And we are hoping that you will enjoy the series and it will lift your mood for the new academic year. So listen up and keep signing.
Yes, it's always time to sign.
Remember about this.